5 Rafale jets land at Ambala Air Force Station. Prime Minister Modi welcomes Rafale fighter jets with a Sanskrit tweet. Assam flood scene improves. Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal visits Dhemaji, Lakhimpur flood affected areas. No let-up in any COVID scene. Manipur registers first COVID patient death. 4 more COVID deaths in Tripura. New national education policy unveiled for school and higher education institutions in the country. And International Tiger Day observed a rise in country's tiger population. Good evening viewers, welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin. This is Hansraj and now the details. The first 5 Rafale jets landed in Ambala on Wednesday afternoon. It was a historic moment as they were greeted with water cannon salute at Ambala Air Force Base. They were escorted by 2 Sukhoi MKI supersonic fighters as they entered Indian airspace. After entering Indian airspace, Indian Rafale contingent was welcomed by establishing radio contact with Indian Navy warship INS Kolkata deployed in the Western Arabian Sea. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has said that the touchdown of Rafale combat aircrafts in India marks the beginning of a new era in country's military history. In a series of tweets, Singh said, "These multi-role aircrafts will revolutionize the capabilities of the Indian Air Forces." The Defence Minister congratulated the Indian Air Force on a professionally executed ferry. He expressed the confidence that 17th Squadron, the Golden Arrows, will continue to live up to their motto of Udayam Ajastram. Singh expressed happiness that Indian Air Force's combat capability has got a timely boost. The Rafale fighter jets had mid-air refueling before reaching the Al Dhafra Air Base in UAE. After the layover, the jets embarked on their final leg of the journey to India. The fighter jets are capable of carrying a range of highly effective weapons, including the Qatar air-to-air missile and Scalp cruise missiles. The Rafale jets came with various Indian-specific modifications, including Israeli helmet-mounted displays, radar warning receivers, low-band jammers, and 10-hour flight data recording. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has welcomed the landing of Rafale fighter jets in Ambala with a tweet in Sanskrit which refers to the obligation of protecting one's nation being supreme. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will today join stakeholders from banks and NBFCs to discuss and deliberate on vision and roadmap for the future. The topics on agenda include credit products and efficient models for delivery, financial empowerment through technology, prudential practices for stability and sustainability of financial sector. Banking sector plays an important role in contributing to India's economic growth through financing infrastructure, agriculture and local and manufacturing, including MSMEs. Financial inclusion can play a big role in financial empowerment through technology. Senior officers from government will also be a part of the interaction. The flood situation in Assam has started showing signs of improvement in the last 24 hours. On Wednesday, the total number of flood-affected population has come down from 19,81,801 to 17,79,854. With 1 more fatality reported from Borpeta district today, that toll in the state has reached 104. According to the daily flood bulletin of ASDMA, the flood waters continue to affect 1831 villages under 61 revenue circle in 22 districts of the state. Gwalpara, Dhemaji, Dhubri, Borpeta, Morigaon and Sirang are the worst affected districts in the current flood. As of now, over 42,000 inmates are seeking shelter in 225 camps across the state. Relief and rescue operations by the state administration is under progress and in full swing. In the Kaziranga National Park, a flood water level has been receding in the last 24 hours. In the current monsoon season, the one-horned rhinoceros of famed Kaziranga National Park has experienced 2 major floods. In 2 other wildlife protected areas of Orang National Park and Povitara Wildlife Sanctuary, vast areas continued to be under floodwater. Assam Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal on Wednesday visited flood-affected Bhaju village in Dhemaji district. Honuwal also interacted with some villagers. The Chief Minister ordered officials of the district to intensify relief and rehabilitation measures. Jiyadhal River, one of the major tributaries of Brahmaputra, is flowing through the midst of Dhemaji district. Like previous years during monsoon season, this year too the Jiyadhal River wreaked havoc in the district. Later, Honuwal moved to Lakhimpur district to take the stock of the flood and erosion situation in the state.
ইয়াৰ যিটো ফ'ৰ্চ এই নদীখনৰ যিটো কেৰেক্টাৰিষ্টিক ইয়াৰ যিটো নেচাৰ ইয়াৰ যিটো বিহেভিয়াৰ এই গোটেইবিলাক কনচিডাৰিং অল দিছ ইউ ন' if you develop the technology to resist the erosion and also the attacks তেতিয়াহ'লে it's okay হয়নে সেইকাৰণে মই সুধিছোঁ
এডিকুৱেট মানে ডিজাইন লেংথত একন থাকিব
তেওঁলোকে একটা পাৰ্কো পাই দিয়া এতিয়া ৰৈছে নহয় অলপ কাম কৰিছে
In the corona update from the northeastern region, a gradual increase in the number of COVID-19 cases is seen in almost all the states. The death toll due to COVID-19 in the northeastern region has increased to 124. Assam has maximum fatalities with 88 deaths so far. As per the official data, Arunachal Pradesh has total number of 1,330 cases. Assam has 34,947 cases. Manipur has 2,317 cases. Meghalaya has 779 cases. Mizoram has 384 cases and Nagaland has 1,460 cases. Sikkim has 579 and Tripura has 4,269 cases. Meanwhile, in Manipur, an inpatient of Regional Institute of Medical Sciences, RIMS Imphal, who tested positive of COVID-19 some days ago, died early this morning, registering the first ever COVID-19 death in the state. In Tripura, 4 more persons succumbed to COVID-19 yesterday at Agartala Government Medical College, taking the state's death tally to 21. In the corona update from Assam, through a tweet by Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma on July 28th, it was informed that COVID recovery rate in the state stands at 76.2%. As per data, the total number of COVID-19 cases stands at 34,947, out of which 8,238 accounts as active patients. With 1,216 patients discharged on the 28th of July, the total number of recovered now stands at 26,618, while the death toll has increased to 88. Sharma in another tweet said that more people is coming forward for donating plasma for cure of COVID-19 positive patients in the hospitals. Total recoveries from COVID-19 in the country today inched closer to touch the 1 million mark. A total of 9,88,029 people have recovered in the country so far, and 35,286 recoveries were reported during the last 24 hours. With this, the recovery rate improved to 64.51% in the country. The case fatality rate has further declined to 2.23%. The Health Ministry said 48,513 new cases of COVID-19 were registered in the country in one day, taking the total number of cases to 15,31,669. Presently, the total number of active corona cases in the country is 5,09,447. Meanwhile, Indian Council of Medical Research said that a record 4,08,855 tests were conducted by various laboratories in the last 24 hours. So far, 1,77,43,740 tests have been conducted, and at present 1,316 laboratories across India are conducting the tests that include 906 government laboratories and 410 private laboratories. In the latest on corona from across the world, total number of cases stands at 1,69,16,860, while 1,4,78,020 recoveries have been recorded so far. The death toll in COVID-19 pandemic stands at over 6,63,000, with United States leading the tally of COVID-19 fatalities with over 1,52,000 deaths, followed by Brazil with over 88,000 deaths. India, the globe's second most populous country, has been experiencing spurt of COVID-19 cases since June last. Currently, India's total COVID cases surpasses 15 lakh mark. The Union Cabinet on Wednesday unveiled a new National Educational Policy (NEP) for schools and higher education institutions in the country. The policy comes after almost 3 decades. The NEP aims to create an education system that contributes directly to transforming the country, providing high-quality education to all and making India a global knowledge superpower. The central government has made some significant changes in the new policy. Union Minister for Information and Broadcasting and Human Resource Development Prakash Javadekar and Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank respectively made the announcement of the new education policy. Earlier on May 1st, Prime Minister Modi had reviewed the NEP 2020, whose draft was prepared by a panel of experts led by former ISRO chief K. Kasturi Rangan. Meghalaya today remembered late Dr. Don Cooper Roy, a former Chief Minister and the founding leader of United Democratic Party, on the occasion of his first death anniversary. To mark the day, prayer service was held at his residence in Shillong, which was attended by several political leaders of the state. Chief Minister Conrad Sangma also attended the prayer ceremony and later visited Shilla, where the veteran leader was laid to rest. Speaking on the occasion, he said that though it has been 1 year now, but still it is still an emotional moment for him and the state. Earlier, the Chief Minister had also tweeted stating that the late Dr. Don Cooper Roy served the state for over 3 decades. Last year, Roy was laid to rest at his home constituency Shella with full state honours. He served as the Chief Minister of the state for 1 year, from March 2008 to March 2009. He had to step down following imposition of President's rule in the state. International Tiger Day will be celebrated today. The day is celebrated on 29th of July every year across the globe to create awareness about tiger conservation. Union Environment Minister Prakash Javadekar released the All India Tiger Estimation Report 2018 yesterday. He also released a poster on small wildcats of India. Javadekar said India is home to nearly 70% of the global tiger population and it leads the world in showing effective conservation of the wild species. He said tiger is a precious gem of nature and its presence signifies that the forest is in good condition. He said in 1973 there were only 9 tiger reserves in the country, which has now gone up to 50. Javadekar said that apart from tigers, India is also home to 30,000 elephants, 3,000 single-horned rhinos and over 500 lions. He said the country is ready to provide every assistance to increase the population of tigers in the world. In a major success in rescue of wildlife, personnel of Kasar Forest Division Silchar intercepted a vehicle at a Lailapur forest sub-bit carrying consignment of exotic wildlife. The forest authorities here disclosed that a truck bearing registration number TS08UB1622 coming from Mizoram side was intercepted by forest personnel at around 11:30 p.m. on late Tuesday night and helped rescue a kangaroo, 6 macaw parrots, 3 tortoises and 2 monkeys. 2 persons named Narsimha Reddy and Navnath Tukaram Daigude have been detained. In the course of interrogation, they revealed to the forest personnel that the consignment was headed to Guwahati. The forest personnel were on a routine check of trucks passing through Lailapur to detect carrying of any illegal timber. However, one of the forest personnel detected obnoxious odors emanating from a truck. On being questioned, the driver replied that it was nothing but a foul smell from some rotten fruits. Not convinced with the trucker's reply, the forest personnel searched the vehicle and found the exotic animals packed in plastic and carton boxes. Leaders lead from the front and are always ready to take over immediately after getting a call in any situation, said L.R. Vishwanath, Head of Department Directorate General, North-East Zone, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. He was holding an interactive session organized by Press Information Bureau, Guwahati today, titled Leading in the Digital Age Through Innovation and Experimentation with the students of Assam Women University, Jorat. Asserting that leaders think faster and are always ahead of themselves and others, he said that thinking speed and determination is very important in leadership to get success. He further added that leaders always evaluate, calculate and analyze the merits and demerits of every situation and every decision they take and then come to the final decision. Vishwanath made a presentation on leading in the digital age through innovation and experimentation, where more than 100 participants were present in the interactive session. And now it's time for the headlines once again. First 5 Rafale jets landed Ambala Air Force Station. Prime Minister Modi welcomes Rafale fighter jets with a Sanskrit tweet. Assam flood scene improves. Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal visits Dhemaji, Lakhimpur flood-affected areas. No let-up in any COVID scene. Manipur registers first COVID patient death. 4 more COVID deaths in Tripura. New national education policy unveiled for school and higher education institutions in the country. And International Tiger Day observed rise in country's tiger population. And that brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.